All right, our first discussion this morning, of course, is meningitis. We can't talk about this enough because it is proving to be a major problem in the health sector in this country. Death toll continues to rise. Really. Yes, indeed. We're now joined by a public health specialist, Dr. Lalekon Makinde. Of course, he's been looking at this with us for the past number of days now. Dr. Makinde, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
$1 billion needed to provide vaccination and, of course, drugs for more than 20 million people, or 21 million in 5 meningitis endemic states. How are we going to go about this?
Well, I think we are getting the money. I think the director of the NCDC have said that the vaccines are now available.
Okay.
And there's some report that some vaccines are coming in next week. So I think we are getting the money. You know, the world will not look us, be looking at us while we die. They have to come to rescue us. Because if they don't do that, they will transport the meningitis to them.
Why do we have to keep waiting for the world to rescue us, really? Why?
That's a question we have to ask our government. You know, we keep on saying this over and over again. It seems as if we are not really so serious about our health in Nigeria, and our leaders still travels abroad. That's the major issue for me. Once we can maybe make a legislation and to stop our leaders from traveling abroad, then we'll sit down and make our health system work.
Because we think that by November last year, there was a warning towards what is happening now. No. The government was, the WHO came up with a report and said this is going to happen in Nigeria by the first few months of 2017, and nothing was done about it.
Yeah, because the outbreak started in November, if you can remember. So we started reacting late. This is the major thing. Once you start reacting late, even though you bring the vaccine and all that, people are already infected. So even when you are doing a lot of things, before those things start coming out, it will take a little while. So that's what we're having now, even though we are already reacting and all that. But people are already infected, and there's some areas that are...
And that's the question, what happens to those that are already infected? But we'll get to all that when we come back from the news update. Kemi Foladeyemo is standing by.
Thank you,
Kemi, over to you.
The news at this time: Nigeria's House of Representatives has resolved to investigate the deaths of 3 Queen's College students in Lagos. It has now summoned the health and education ministers as well as the immediate past principal of the school. The cause of the students' death has been linked to contaminated drinking water. Benin President Patrice Talon says he has abandoned plans to reduce the presidential mandate from 2 terms to 1 after Parliament rejected a bill to change the constitution. Talon, who came to power in a peaceful election last year, had promised to reduce presidential terms from 2 5-year terms to 1 that will run for 6 years in a bid to reduce what he called presidential complacency. And Germany police says it remains unclear who's behind or the motive behind the Borussia Dortmund bus attack that injured defender Marc Bartra. A bus carrying the team was hit by 3 blasts from devices planted in bushes at the roadside close to the team's hotel. Dortmund Police Chief Gregor Lange says the bus was deliberately targeted as it left the hotel for UEFA Champions League quarter-final match. And the House of Representatives in Nigeria has begun the probe of unremitted funds by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, led other government officials to the committee hearing, disclosing that government has indeed started the prosecution of some suspects. More discussions now on the meningitis outbreak in Nigeria on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you, Kemi.
Thank you, Kemi.
All right, now as the casualties from the outbreak of deadly bacterial cerebrospinal meningitis continues to rise in parts of northern Nigeria, the Zamfara state government has intensified efforts to curb the scourge.
But the state government is appealing for more support from the federal government and other development partners whom they acknowledge have stood solidly behind them since the first case in the state was recorded at Gora Ward in December 2016.
Yes, TVC News' Sulaiman Nasser was in parts of Zamfara to monitor recent developments and our reports.
Since the first outbreak at Gora Ward in Birnin Magaji local government area of Zamfara state, a total of 2,450 cases of the bacterial cerebrospinal meningitis (CSM) has been recorded in the state. This has resulted in the death of 269 persons. An emergency has been declared, with the 3 tiers of government collaborating with development partners to contain the scourge. Zamfara State is the worst hit in the country and has become the epic battle center, with the federal government deploying man and equipment to the state in a bid to tame and prevent a countrywide epidemic.
We're on top of this outbreak. This outbreak cannot man Nigeria. It cannot determine the future of Nigeria. We can determine the outcome of the epidemic. We're on top of it, and we have all the necessary materials to tame the epidemic. This is the worst outbreak. So we expected there would be type C. There could be a few, but we never expected this magnitude.
A central theme in this outbreak has been the availability of vaccines. And I want to put on record that the vaccines are available.
Many have died. Several others are battling to survive, while vaccines are in short supply. Governor Yari took a tour of the most affected communities to provide the needed encouragement and support to the victims of the strange type C virus.
We require over 300 million doses of vaccine, but we got only about 300,000 in the last consignment, which was only about 10% of our total requirement.
The governor was not pleased with the standard of treatment he found in many of these communities and promised to ensure standards were drastically improved.
What's wrong with you have seen everywhere, and the environment itself. The environment itself is required can be up to standards. And part of the instruction given by myself to the committee is to make a hygiene and a standard place where the patient are going to be.
Zamfara State need over 3 million doses of the type C vaccines, but presently only 300,000 are in supply, a situation that has limited care given to only 10 wards out of the 147 wards in the state affected with the disease. Suleiman Nasir, TVC News, Gusau, Zamfara State.
Where do you want to take it from, really? Is it
from the state of
the minister who says they're not expecting the magnitude, or the state governor? Where do you want to take it from?
As a matter of fact, the state of the health facility there, it's enough to make anyone really depressed. I mean, looking at people finding those patients there, you were really troubled by that site.
Yes, because we know how meningitis is transmitted. So even the people that are caring for them are at risk. The place is crowded, and there's no ventilation. The ventilation is poor, and people are using local fans. So the people that are caring for those one down are also at risk. So these are things that are very obvious to everybody.
And I want to go back to what the minister said, that it wasn't expecting this magnitude. Why would government officials be taken aback? When Nigeria won the female football competition with Cameroon, the Minister of Sports said he wasn't expecting that the ladies will win. And this is what the Minister of Health is saying. And why are they taken aback? Why are they not prepared to do their job?
In the same breath, you have Isaac Adewale, the Minister of Health, there saying we are on top of the situation.
Well,
so
that's a political statement. I'll say that categorically. That's a political statement. You know, what happens is that, like if you have been warned there will be a fire outbreak in about 5 states, then you did not provide firefighters in those places, or those places didn't have enough firefighters, no van. So when the fire started, you now started to import or trying to import things to the state. That's what's happening to us. We didn't prepare. We were not prepared for anything. Meningitis is dealing with us now. Hope maybe in the next 2 months another thing will not come up. Okay, so this is the thing. We like to do things. We are reacting, and we start reacting very late, like when people have died.
Like action, which is what we're used to. So let's look at some of the details again, some of the symptoms to look out for, really, as we speak. The common one is a stiff neck, but beyond that.
No, before you get to stiff neck, you know, the common thing, everybody, when you have fever, you think you have malaria. But the first thing you see most time in meningitis is fever. So before you start having all that symptoms, photophobia, the person don't want to see light, or averse to light and all that, then I talk about stiff neck. Those are late symptoms. Okay, so when the person starts having fever, if the person is caught at that level, it's easier. When you treat, you get more result. But by the time the person starts having stiff neck, it's going to, so that's the thing. But here, in Nigeria, when people start having fever, they think it's malaria. Somebody just go and buy a drug off the counter and start taking. And also in most of those states, take note that they don't have health facilities. This issue is deeper than what we are talking about because the facilities are not there. From the report you can hear, we have only 10 wards out of about how many wards? Only 10 have some facilities. And even those facilities are not good enough.
So if you have malaria now, you shouldn't just start treating malaria. You should go for the test.
You cannot determine that you have malaria. Every fever is not malaria. Maybe only 10% of malaria. But everybody thinks that when I have fever, I have malaria. And people are taking medications.
Speaking to what you said earlier, when you have a Governor Yari, the governor of Zamfara there, saying that he's not pleased about the state of the health facility in his own state, who should be held responsible for the dismal or poor state of health facilities?
I think that's what we should be asking him.
Who are you blaming?
That's what we should be asking him because these people don't give priority to health and all that very important thing. Most of our governors, we're talking about people showing us that their security vote. Things like that should be going to health. Health is security issue. So the governors don't give account for their security vote, but they should know that if there's a health problem in the state, there will be security issue. So these are the things that we need to look at. So the governor himself needs to be accountable for the health facilities in the state.
Yeah.
Okay, so
of course the death toll is now 489, just to be clear about that. It has spread to more states, Kogi, Oyo, and Delta states. In Delta, another death. Yeah. Well, no. Actually, the lady, she's responding to treatment. The one in Delta, of course, it's spread to Cross River State too.
So does that signify, or is that indicative that the government is on top of it, according to the Minister of Health?
Well, it's obvious. It keeps spreading. No, it's obvious that we are not. And even when you watch the minister saying the government is on top of it, I was not sure he was confident to say that.
Convinced about it. Now, 300 million. Vaccines needed for Zamfara alone. Am I correct?
I think that was an exaggeration. Not for Zamfara. Maybe for the whole country. Because actually, the vaccines are supposed to be in 2 doses. Usually, you give the meningitis vaccine. You start with when the person is 11 to 12 years, and when somebody is 18 years, you're supposed to take the booster dose when the person is 18 years, because these things affect more children. That's another thing we should look at. The people who's vulnerable are children. Yes. So those are the issues. So, but now that we have an epidemic, we have to at least give one before we talk about booster dose later.
Thanks for staying with us. You're watching TVC Breakfast, and we're talking about of course, the meningitis outbreak in Nigeria. We have updates. 489 people have died so far, and the number continues to spread across other states in the country. But at this point, let's bring in Foladile to let us know what people are saying on the social media. Morning to you. How are you?
Good morning, Dr.
Good morning.
Believe me, Busalami, I was as riled up as you when I was listening to the minister say that they weren't expecting this magnitude. And we were talking yesterday about how we're never prepared. And then when it comes, then we start taking the fire brigade approach. Yes. Okay, well, let's see what people are saying online. Eidman Mitt says, in so many decades, meningitis kills more and is still killing people in northern Nigeria. It took the Sultan to have a regional meeting. Yeah. Ade Shofola says, can I get a meningitis B vaccine for my daughter in Nigeria? Flying Doctors Nigeria says, diagnosing meningitis starts with a health history and physical exam. #emergency. Sweet Ash says, Nigeria can't catch a break. Soon embassies will be requesting for meningitis card, polio card after yellow card. Yeah. Blessing Ogbe says, investing in rural area is the only way to tackle meningitis. This is a no-brainer, guys. Stop killing Nigerians, you all. Ajibola Tunde says, Zamfara State is an invisible state in Nigeria until you start hearing news of a deadly disease like HIV, Ebola, Lassa fever, and now meningitis. Wow. Okay, Dr. Makinde, someone that says investing in rural areas is a way to tackle this. How do you...
Yeah, it's very obvious. If the rural area, there are no health facility, no health touch, people go to the bush to get herbs for themselves. And the meningitis, they don't have the right herb to use. So that's why you're having all these. So once we don't have the facilities in the right, no manpower, the health system is not there, then this is going to happen. You can bring all the vaccines in the world. Once the facilities, because people are already infected, are not there. So that's why we're having this death toll increasing.
And the question is, just like before we went on that break, what happens to those who are already infected? There's still thousands of them.
Yes, there's so many of them.
So what happens to them? What kind of management do they get?
Well, they're not getting adequate, they're not getting enough. We've seen some of the pictures. Many are not even getting any. And I can tell you, this number we're talking about is the one we've seen. It's usually more people dying.
And there are carriers, really. There are lots of carriers out there.
So that's it. And this should be, I don't know, but this should be a wake-up call. But I'm afraid that we will still not get it right. That's my problem.
Because this time next year, we'll still be talking about
this. This is not the first time. It happened in 2003, 2008, 2009, and now again, maybe another 2 years. But let's talk about the babies. I'm interested about, tell us what should we look out for in babies?
In babies, you have to have high level of suspicion. That's why when a baby is showing any sign, the parent are not expected to try to treat at home. In babies, usually have fever itself, and they can have what we call the bulging fontanelles. There's a part of the head that's usually opened. It's called the fontanelle. The front, that could be
like soft part of the head.
Somewhere in the middle of the head.
Unnecessarily soft.
Yes, yes. Okay. So that place can be bulging. You notice that pulsation and all that. That's some of the things you find because the meningitis is the infection of the covering of the brain and the spinal cord. So the baby will not want to eat. Baby might be showing some signs of crying and all that. So baby symptoms are usually not here and there, but we must have a high level of suspicion. So now that we have an epidemic, if a baby is showing anything similar to that, please seek the medical
So if you're seeing fever in your baby, if you're seeing that the
baby's
baby
not eating, the baby is crying,
you don't have to wait till you see the bulge.
No, don't think it's malaria. Don't start to, you need to seek some medical.
Okay, but then for me as well, how can I stay safe? Because I heard you talking earlier about how people treating these people already affected, they're also being exposed. So how can I stay safe? How can people treating them stay safe? How can people on the streets?
There are so many tips already. We know how it is transmitted by staying close to somebody that's already infected. So you avoid being
an exchange
crowded
of some fluid secretion. So don't kiss this time around. Don't kiss anyone.
You have to.
You have to.
Don't kiss anyone this time around.
You have to.
Well, maybe not really. You can kiss your spouse or something. Well, we are sure, but not anyone else. Avoid contact as much as possible. Don't stay in crowded places. And when people sneeze and all that, they should try to prevent them passing these things to other people.
How would you stop that in a Moluwe bus, for instance?
Yes,
when somebody...
I remember Ebola, there were myths as well about salt, bathing in salt and things like that. Thank you for that.
We have to let you go now. Dr. Lab Makinde, thank you so much for your time. Let's hope the next time you're here, we have success stories too.
Yes, I pray so myself.
I really pray so too.
But we need to work also, not just pray.
Indeed. Thank you.